Okay, let's do a little situating of ourselves in this post-Charlie Kirk period. I haven't seen a lot of people talk about this. I only have because I cover this in my newsletter, Who Broke It, which you can find on Substack. So let's just start with point number one. There's going to be a massive hole in political organizing for the Republican side. It is as simple as that. Trump has now run for president 3 times, and he has benefited greatly from the work of Charlie Kirk and his organization, Turning Point USA. Trump has never been particularly gifted at campaign organizing, opening field offices, figuring out who's running those, hiring canvassers, all of the little details that you need to actually run a functioning presidential campaign. He had the benefit of relying on Charlie Kirk and his, I think it's more than 3,000 Turning Point chapters across the country. With no Charlie Kirk to manage that process, who knows what that's going to look like, especially in 2028 when we're assuming, right, that Trump himself is not running. Somebody like JD Vance who can't rely on the rah-rah rally building that Trump has always executed on is going to have a harder time building their own infrastructure with the loss of Charlie Kirk. And that takes me to number 2, and that is the Nick Fuentes of it all. I don't know if that's a name you've never heard, if that's a name that you are very familiar with, but he seems to be the name on everybody's lips this past weekend. I watched his 90-minute stream last week with 175,000 other concurrent viewers. That, for the record, is more than any other streamer on the entire internet that whole night, Twitch included. And I watched this because I wanted to know if he was going to double back into the very white nationalist energy that he has presented over the past couple years, and that's how he's made a name for himself, or if he was going to try to moderate a little bit and position himself as the heir apparent to the conservative content throne. I know that sounds crazy, but after watching 90 minutes of his stream where he was pleading with his followers and they were raging back at him to not take up arms, to not go to war, to not do anything Jesus wouldn't do, I think he's making that move for the middle. He sees the vacancy and thinks he can take it. Which takes me to number 3, and this is the thing that kind of freaks me out the most among all of this. Nick Fuentes himself was not alone in making content that really promoted and advocated for the restriction of free speech. It's been very weird to watch a community of people who have bent over backwards to create a space for free speech absolutism turn around and burn down everything they've tried to build. When we're seeing outright advocacy for people to be fired from their jobs just for liking, retweeting, or saying a vague bit of criticism about Charlie Kirk or his beliefs, we're in the bad place. And it's not just coming from content creators, it's coming from actual government officials like Sean Duffy, the Secretary of Transportation. The Pentagon's doing it, Congress is doing it, who knows who will bring it up next. As things progress this week, I'm going to be reading, watching, consuming all of it. So definitely make sure you subscribe to my newsletter, Who Broke It, on Substack, where you can get the whole rundown and much more.